It's the last day of winter time, and winter is going out with a real blast because it's windy. Man, is it windy. We're getting gusts out here of anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour today. Now the weather's beautiful. It's absolutely clear skies, sunny, and temperatures are like in the low 70s right now. So it's not like bad weather, it's just windy weather. And it's starting to have its effects. Tarps just do not do well in the wind, do they? Sometimes they just give up completely and tear in different directions. Well, it looks like I obviously will be buying a new tarp to go on top of Pearl. This one has had it. I even lost my hat, didn't I? Okay, so new top for Pearl. Maybe a new tarp for the end of the trailer too. Have to see what kind of condition that one's in. Fortunately, it looks like everything else is holding. No additional limbs yet falling out of grandfather oak. Oh, by the way, I hope you can see the buds sprouting out on the tips of grandfather's limbs and fingers. A sure sign that springtime does indeed start tomorrow. Alright, my nomies. Welcome back to the MT and me. We're going to start out this week basically right at the same place we left off last week. Now you remember, I finally got my little Y adapter in the mail for the carburetor. And then, well, we ran into a little bit of a problem. It seems that the post on it is not tall enough to fit all the way up through the air cleaner housing that I have to put on this carburetor, which, as I pointed out, is not exactly the proper housing, but it is one that should work. Right, at least I think we can make it work. I'm hoping so anyway. And I decided that the best thing to do first was to try and come up with a way to extend this little post, which only goes up about 1.5 inches in the bolt that is currently in there. And I need something probably a little over twice that long. Well, it just so happens I found exactly the perfect thing to do that. It's a kit that is specifically designed to do the job. It's an adjustable air cleaner stud kit. Now, this is made to go into any kind of carburetor to give you the height that you need coming from the carburetor to give you the stud to go all the way through your air cleaner. I should probably just need one sleeve and the short section here in order to accomplish what I need to accomplish. But we're going to find that out right now. Put this on, see if it'll fit, and then see if my air cleaner will fit. First order of business is what could well be the most difficult thing, getting this plastic bubble pack open. Wish me luck. Alright, I got everything out, even the instructions. How microscopic can they fold them up? Okay, doesn't tell me anything I probably can't figure out on my own. Here's one of the brass pieces. And here's this piece. We're going to screw that into there. And we're going to take this and screw it down onto the piece that I have in the carburetor. And let's see where that puts us, okay? Well, that has pretty well doubled my height. I wonder if that's enough for the air cleaner. One way to find out. Okay. Here's an interesting problem. I can't put the air cleaner on with that stem there. So I'm going to have to take that out. Set this in place. And then put this back on. And then try to hold it all steady while I set the top on. Oh, and look, I think it's going to work. I have a wing nut in this as well. Well, look at there, people. I actually have an air cleaner on my carburetor. There's a couple of vacuum lines that will eventually have to be hooked up on this air cleaner. But you know what? We'll figure those out a little later on because I have no idea right now. The only other pressing question is how my cowling cover is going to fit over this with it in place. So I guess while we're at it, we may as well drag it up here and see if it's going to work. Now, I believe I mentioned to you earlier that this cowling is busted. There's a big chunk out of it right here, as you can see. we're going to see if it'll just fit over with that air cleaner. I would say barely. It's actually sitting on top of the air cleaner. It's touching the top of the air cleaner. And that may not be a problem, but frankly I have a problem with it. So, I don't know. We may have to explore some other possibilities here, and maybe even look at perhaps another air cleaner housing. I don't know, but for now I'm going to leave this sitting here because it kind of makes it look complete, and it does protect the engine a little bit. Nice little kit that I bought, thanks to AutoZone for having that. That's where I got it, and it did the trick. Did exactly what I needed it to do. We have an air cleaner on our carburetor. Not sure if it's the one that will stay on it, the one that we'll end up using, but there's one on there for now. Alright, so just a little quick update here on the gas line situation. I found one and I ordered it. That's the quick update. When it's going to get here, I'm not sure. After it took so long to get that little piece of metal on the carburetor, I'm not going to make any predictions, and I'm not going to believe anyone's promises of delivery at this point. It'll get here when it gets here, and that's when we will see about putting it on Pearl. For now though, well, at least we do have an air cleaner in place. Like I said, it may not be the one that eventually stays there, but it's better than the one I had on there last week. Okay, boys and girls, so we're back out here at Pearl once again. Another nice day to get this shredded tarp off the top. As I showed you at the beginning of this video, the wind really did a number. Now, I've got to give credit to that heavy-duty tarp. It's been up there for almost 2 years, and it's done great. It's kept Pearl dry inside. It has held up through numerous other windstorms, but I think the weather and the UV finally got to it, and all it takes is one tear somewhere, and once that wind grabs it, especially if you're dealing with a 25 or 30 mile an hour wind or more, like we've had the last week or two, it takes that tear and it's over with. Once it starts tearing, it's gone all over the place. But it's been a good tarp. I can't complain. Got my money's worth. Got a replacement here. Yeah, different color. It's actually a little bit lighter weight than the one that's up there. I think that's a 10 mil tarp that I have on top right now. This one's only 7.5 mils. It will not last as long, but it's a little bit bigger. This one is, what size is this? Alright, 12 by 24 feet. Now the top of Pearl is about 8 by 20 feet, maybe 8 by 19. So I'm figuring 12 by 24 will give me plenty of overhang on the sides and on the front and the back to give a little extra protection to the glass and the window openings. I'm going to get it up there and see how it fits, and we'll strap it back in place. And like I said, it's going to get me through, for one thing, a very bad rainstorm that is supposed to be heading our way here probably within the next 24 hours or so. Although you wouldn't know it today. Man, it's gorgeous out here. But it can change just like that. And it will, trust me. Anyway, I digress. We got to change the tarp because Pearl's got some serious holes in her roof. And they need to be covered up or she's going to get soaking wet on the inside. And we don't want that, okay? So, off with the old, on with the new. So, hey, I wonder if you can recycle this stuff. I'll have to look into that. For now, it can recycle and decompose right there. Well, it's not perfect. A little too much on the front, not quite enough on the back, but I think we'll fix that in the mix, as we say in audio and video. Main thing is, when the rains come tomorrow, Pearl's gonna stay dry. And on that note, I hope you stay dry too, even if it doesn't rain where you are. That is going to be it for today and this week. I, quite frankly, am pretty worn out. One of the things I've discovered working on DMT in this Pearl restoration project is that it's a constant challenge for me to find innovative ways to do things that normally you would have 2 or 3 or sometimes even more people working on. And indeed it would be a lot easier if there were more than 2 hands doing the job, especially my 2 hands. But that's all I got to work with. Or if I really need somebody, I can pull in some help. But I hate to do it on projects like putting tarps on the top of RVs. It's something I have done before, several times, with Pearl. And it's never been easy. And I knew what I was getting into today. I knew it would not be a snap. And sure enough, it wasn't. You really didn't see the half of it. I've spent about 2.5 hours here getting this tarp taken care of. It's a good thing that the time has changed and I've got plenty of daylight here in the evenings to work. Otherwise, it would be dark right now. But anyway, it's on there. And I get to go inside and rest now. Because the other thing I've discovered is that one person doing the work of two or three, no matter how innovative you get, is not as easy as it used to be back in the day. So, I'm going to rest up until next week. Maybe we'll have a fuel line to put on then. No promises. Time will tell. Below, give me a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Buy me a coffee if you'd like to contribute to the Pearl Restoration Project. Otherwise, just come back next week, see what we got for you. It'll be something. And until then, I am one very tired, kind of breathless Russ Miller. Thanks for watching. I love you, my nomies. We will talk later.